Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum. We are live over YouTube, Facebook, Instagram as well as Twitter. Welcome to another episode of Alive with me, Daphne Iking. Now today is just a lazy Sunday, no guests. It's going to be just Azmi or Joe Labosi to you guys, and I wanting to address first and foremost whether Sabah should allow Chinese tourists back in. Let's take a look first and foremost at this article on NST, which is today, right? 12 July?
Yeah.
God. Alright, Melbourne's lockdown, a lesson for Malaysia. On Thursday, Melbourne was forced to undergo a second lockdown in 4 months when it recorded 191 coronavirus cases within 24 hours on Tuesday. Now, Bloomberg reported that factors in the resurgence of COVID-19 cases included missteps in the handling of travellers returning from overseas and complacency in some neighbourhoods where 3,000 residents of public housing tower blocks had been barred from leaving their homes even for food. That's crazy, guys. Epidemiologist, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Datuk Dr. Awang Bulgiba Awang Mahmud said the similarities between Melbourne and Malaysia in socio-economic areas could not be ignored. He says, I quote, Malaysia has a large migrant population and there are many economically disadvantaged people from multicultural backgrounds, and these are the very same people who are being infected in Melbourne. So whether borders should be reopened after the RMCO ends, he said that hinged on the infection rates in other countries, and it's likely that our borders with countries with high infection rates will remain closed. Now, borders may be opened with those that have managed to reduce the infection rates, but as we can see from Melbourne, things can get out of hand quite quickly, so we need to be cautious about reopening borders. Now, let's take a look at yesterday's paper in the Star. There was also an article about how Sabah hopes tourists from China will be allowed first as industry recovers. Now, I think a few days ago we spoke to Richard Swan, who is the managing director of a dive company. And he was saying that, it affected the tourism everywhere around the world, I'm guessing, but it also affected him. And one of his major clients are actually from China. So at the same time, there's pros and cons about having people coming back, because he noticed that with the lack of tourists, he went down below, he went diving the other day, and he saw that the coral life has improved, maybe because there were not a lot of divers who are disturbing the aquamarine life, but at the same time, of course, it is affecting the livelihood of him and other people who are in the tourism and retail industry, right? So, of course, this article is following up to China's announcement that it was considering opening its borders to certain green countries for inbound and outbound tourism. I think Malaysia is also a green country, right? We're considered a green country because we've done really, really well. So kudos to our leaders, our government basically, especially to Dato' Noor Hisham, who's done such a marvelous job as the representative from the Health Ministry. So I would like to ask all of you right now who's watching, especially those Sabahans, should Sabah open its borders to Chinese tourists? Please discuss. What's your thoughts on this, baby?
No, they shouldn't. Simple as that. They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. Why?
Because now I'm playing my music first.
I know, someone actually said the grooves are cool. This is from Batmon. And spoke too soon, I guess, because that was when the music just sort of died. Again, for those of you who have just joined us live over either Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, thank you for joining us. This is quite of an impromptu, lazy Sunday. We're actually I'm supposed to be doing some unboxing, so you can see the mess that's at the back, and I'm going to be doing a little demo on these Norwex cloth that was gifted to me, and I have used it. I'm so glad I've got them now, and I will talk a little bit more about that. But first, we want to discuss this topic. Should Sabah open its borders to Chinese tourists? We would like to hear your thoughts, because this comes in lieu of an article in yesterday's paper in the Star where they are hoping that the borders will be open, because you know how Sabah really depends on the Chinese market in its tourism economy.
It was an interesting conversation we had with Richard that
from the
he doesn't like the influx of mass tourists from China.
He didn't say
Because,
China though. It was
He,
didn't
yeah,
say
actually,
particular. He did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
And I agree with him. I mean, it's not just to generalize Chinese tourists as such, but when there's thousands of them,
Yep.
they can create an impact to the environment, to Sabah.
Right.
But putting that aside, I think I want to tackle back on this where the second wave of the lockdown is happening in Melbourne, because what has happened is I think they did not adhere to the SOPs, or which they should, where they just open it up and then let people go in, and then that's what happened to one whole block. They had to lock down. So if Christina Liu, who is the Deputy Chief Minister of Sabah, who wants to just open it to China as soon as possible so that they can bring in the money and all that, I think we should take heed of this. Learn first from the Melbourne office and see what happened, rather than just open up. Rather than it's just not as easy as opening up your border, right?
I know, but I can understand where the minister's concerns. I'm guessing she's feeling the heat from everywhere. Sabah tourism plays a very big economical role in Sabah. Sabah is a beautiful place for tourism, and whether we like it or not, one of their biggest clients are from China, Korea, Japan, Taiwan. So, and these are the ones that it started out. COVID-19, the pandemic started in China. So I think that's the biggest concern. Is China? I'm not quite familiar with the numbers or the statistics right now, but how's China like? Has it reduced in cases, or do you know, babe?
Yeah, I mean, China has really flattened the curve and all that. In fact, I don't think there's any new cases. Even they don't have any second wave. They only got about 70,000 cases in total, in comparison to the US, which has 3.2 million cases.
Right.
But my point is, why was, I mean, let's sit down and discuss and try to understand why China was always been the number one tourism for Sabah. I think because Sabah just made it so cheap for them to come. I hear like boat ride to the islands is about 10 ringgit. They allow the Chinese tourists just go half a day and come back. So maybe what we should do is try to open up to more other countries rather than just China, so that we are always totally dependent on them. Why do we need to depend on one country? So,
well, maybe because the Chinese tourists or those from that particular region, it's nearer to Sabah.
Well, we have the Philippines, we have the Vietnamese, we have
That's
the Japanese,
That's
we have the
true. Maybe
There's
it's
many
just,
countries geographically very close to Sabah.
We've got Suzanne T, who's one of our regulars here, saying, I feel for now it shouldn't open yet because if it's open, maybe it will have second wave of virus, but it depends on our government to decide. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it is for our governments to make that big decision whether we should proceed or not proceed. Everyone can have their opinion, but at the end of the day, it's all about whether we're going to allow it or not. Hey Isidore, are you okay? What are you doing?
For the matter, I think we just leave it to the government and we don't say something that's also dangerous.
No, we should, as a community, as the rakyat, we should be able to voice out our thoughts and concerns diplomatically and with responsibility. Janganlah makiamun all kan. But so you feel it's not the time yet?
No, I don't say that it's not the time yet. I'm
Right.
just saying that have you covered all your tracks when you open up, right?
Alright.
Is there going to be a 2-week quarantine? Are you really going to screen every single tourist when they
I
come
guess
in?
they need to have a more stringent SOP. We've got Michelle Koo here. Yes, we need to consider, otherwise the economy in Sabah will be dead. Everyone is suffering in KK. I mean that I'm speaking as a Sabahan. I believe we could have better ways to take measures. Totally agree with Joe, not only China. Lav Rajenda says, I don't think it's a very good move because we don't have a strong SOP in place yet. In Malaysia, we're doing quite well, Actually, we had this discussion, and I'm asking you guys out there if you agree with us or not. Malaysians are very good in general, right? In adhering to SOPs, in adhering to the rules. I remember when we first went out as a family, when it was the RMCO, and malls started to open up, and we went to a restaurant, and of course we came in a family. We were very cautious and everything. We had our clean lah, tak demam, pakai mask semua. But then the restaurant still made us have social distancing within the table, which I felt like, but then why? Because we're supposed to practice social distancing, but within the table, within the family, surely because we know that our family is safe as far as we know, because we've been MCO compliant. And we did our test. Both Azmi and I did the test before I went to deliver Elon. Why should we be having that, social distancing within that table? But at the same time, I guess they have to implement it, because we asked the restaurant owner. We said, kenapa macam tu? And then, they said like, tidak tahu tapi nanti kena check, susah juga kami. And I respect that. We respect that, kan, baby? We respect the fact that that's just rules and we just have to respect it. But surely sometimes we can have a bit of common sense lah, It's just that some people will not have that common sense and they will just try to break the rules whatsoever.
Yeah, rules are there to curb lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyone else is saying? Let me see if anyone on IG, Instagram is saying anything with regards to should Sabah open up its borders. Why is the IG, Instagram a bit, it's just stuck there. Okay, Jiba from Instagram says, don't open border yet, but if they have to, people coming from China or foreigners need to follow SOP. Even if we close the border, I believe our domestic tourists from Peninsula and Sarawak. I can't see the rest of it. I'm sure there was more to it.
Let's take the lesson from how this pandemic happened.
Right.
Of course, it originated in China, right? But then that's why because at that time all the countries' borders were open, so there were Chinese tourists going to other countries and their own country people going to China for tourism and all that, and they come back. So we must understand that's how virus works. They are contagious. They transmit from one person to another.
Yeah.
So once you open the border, there is that high risk of a second wave coming.
Yeah.
If you don't open your border, then everybody, there's no...
But at the same time, how long are we going to be doing this? When exactly is the right time for us to start opening borders? We've got Susan T back again say, yes, you're right. Definitely, of course, Malaysia is doing well and also still need to continue the social distancing SOPs. I agree. Stacy. Hi, Stacy. How's everyone back home? Okay ka semua orang? Sabah COVID case increase at least every week. Seriously? Oh dear. So if that's the case, if they can't contain it within the state itself, then you're just going crazy. If we open the borders to China, then where exactly is the virus coming from? Is it coming from external factors or foreigners coming in to our states, or is it within our Sabahans alone? Itulah. Susah juga kalau macam tu. Betul kah, Stacey? Alala, kasihan oh.
At the end of the day, we have to really weigh out whether it's worth the life of yourself and your family as opposed to the money that you can get from tourism lah.
Yeah.
You have to think that way. As they say, it's a new normal. If we have to find other means to sustain the economy, then we have to find, you know. I mean, I know it sounds harsh.
I know.
But
I know. But I think there's a reason for all this.
Because I love Sabah, okay? I don't want anything happen to it. I love it.
I think this also encourages our very own locals to explore our very own cuti Malaysia itself. You know, as I've discussed, I think I wrote it over Instagram the other day, how I'm getting a little bit jealous because I'm seeing, I think after the RMCO and tourists started booming again, I can see all my friends like going to the island lah, going Redang lah, going to Sekinchan lah, going this, going that. So people have that travel bug, but it's great because they're not allowed to travel outside yet. So they're spending money within Malaysia themselves. So it's helping to grow back our Malaysian economy, I think. Like we're trying to plan something. We don't dare to fly yet. We were thinking of visiting some friends in Langkawi. But if we drive there, which is quite a long journey, that's going to be quite of a boomer. We don't dare to fly yet.
I think that's an important point that you mentioned there, B.
Yeah.
Is that where we try to encourage our own people to spend holiday only in Malaysia. Okay, even though there are some countries that have opened their borders and then there's a chance of us travelling abroad. So if we spend time and spend our own money within the country, then the money doesn't go out. So money stays in, and then there's no deficit also in the economy.
So that's what Jiba from Instagram is also saying. Cuti Malaysia, that's what he's trying to say. We, like you were saying, it's harsh, but we'll just have to find ways to sustain the economy, and what better way than to help one another. The community dulu. Kita jaga kita dulu. Kita Malaysians jaga kita Malaysian dulu.
No, it's beautiful. I think Malaysia is beautiful.
I think it is. Yeah. There's many places that we've not explored. I've not been to Terengganu with you.
In our next few live streams, we should start talking to some of the other states, some of the resorts or some of the tourist spots. What they're doing to promote
to attract.
themselves.
Yeah. Surely there's some promotions that's going on. We recently went to Wolo, Kuala Lumpur for a staycation. I really was dying to go out and to celebrate my birthday, as well as celebration of my 44-day pantang that was done and over with. But because I have a newborn, kita tiada berani lagi keluar dari state ni. And then it was great that we had Wolo, Kuala Lumpur, who gave us a complimentary 3 days, 2 nights stay. And it was wonderful. And the fact of the matter that we actually live right, we don't live in Kuala Lumpur, but we live in Selangor, and it's just about 20-30 minutes away from the city. There were so many places that we didn't see before this, and it took us a train ride as well as walking around the city to find out those hidden gems within the city itself.
Yeah, even though the monorail was like I think our walk was faster.
I think the only thing about the monorail which I didn't like is we had a pram. Why would there not lifts? We're so used to that, like what happens in Japan
and in Thailand. It's not really handicap friendly.
It's not. There was a handicap friendly lift thingy, but I didn't see anyone using it. So I think that was the only thing that was a bit of a bummer. Stacy says, betul ba 4 to 7, 1 case. Oh my, that's really terrible. So if what my friend Stacy, she's my kampung mate, is saying how Sabah COVID cases has been increasing, then perhaps it's not such a good idea just yet to open Sabah's borders to not just the Chinese tourists,
to anybody,
but to anybody alone. And I think that's where we need to start exercising, helping one another. We go to Sabah or other people go to Sabah.
Let's face facts.
Yep.
Sabah, the filtration of people going in left, right and center underground is a lot easier, because they take the boat, pump, they sampai the pantai there, in Tanjung Aru or the Gaya Island.
Tanjung Aru lah.
Yeah, how you don't know? The Tanjung Aru there is facing a lot of islands.
Nonsense.
So pump, they come in, hey, you don't know whether they have COVID-19. Already there's filtration. So let's not just open up that fast.
Assalamualaikum. For those of you who are just joining us, we're having a lazy Sunday here. No guests, it's just Azmi or Joe Labosi and us just discussing this topic, whether Sabah should open its borders to Chinese tourists. If you just joined us, thank you for joining us this Sunday. We are going to be doing a little unboxing session as well as a little demo on the Norwex cloths that I received the other day as a gift, and I've been so floored by it that I am now a consultant. So if anyone would like to know more about it, then you can get in touch with me, but first I will do a demo on that. And yes, we would love to hear from you whether or not just Sabah, but should Malaysia open its borders to other tourists? Are we opening our borders to other people now? That I'm not sure. To Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia. Huh, Papa?
Yeah.
Since my husband's the one who's like, it's surprising how I'm the film broadcasting journalist student. I've got a degree on that, but he's the one who is now more pandai with all these technical gadgets and gizmos and stuff. And it's surprising that I used to work in the news and current affairs department, but he's more like up to date about whatever's in the news. Maybe because I'm just so exhausted with what's happening in the news. Like for instance, tomorrow, baby, you were telling me that the parliament's taking place. What's happening on tomorrow?
Interesting lah.
Interesting why?
So many things. I mean, it's going to be fun and it's going to be beautiful.
Why? You can't just say it like that. It's so odd because just now when he watches or reads articles, I go, baby, and he go right really intense and he gets like all philosophical and he gets like so insanely so into the topic. And then now I'm asking him to give his opinion. He's like, oh, tak mau jawab. Anyway, Haizandila, wah, nama sangat canggih, on Instagram says, worse than COVID-19, China and Kazakhstan disagree over new virus. What's your opinion? Ooh, what is that all about?
No, the thing is because I was doing, as you know, I do all the behind the scene, the sound was off and all that, so I cannot finish what I just said. Tomorrow will be interesting because there will be a vote of no confidence on.
Okay, so now we're back into serious.
Yeah.
Haizan Nadila, we will get back to your question in just a bit. Again, I am asking Joe Labosi with regards to tomorrow, the thing that's happening tomorrow. What is it?
Vote of no confidence.
Vote of no confidence.
On Biden.
Do you think that's going to take place?
They want speaker.
What are your thoughts on our current government? I mean,
Speaker.
maybe that's a little bit dangerous that I'm asking you this, but whilst I don't agree with the backdoor government fiasco, I do feel personally that there was just too much fighting that was going on with the previous government, and unfortunately that's the reason why we've got a new government so fast. And whether or not, you know, it's good or bad or whatever, I think they did an excellent job in trying to control what's happening right now with the COVID-19 craziness. I think that's the only thing that I can say right now. But yes, tomorrow, as Joe was mentioning, or Azmi was mentioning, there is going to be the vote of no confidence with regards to the government. And it's going to be quite interesting to see what the outcome's going to be.
Let's see whether Biden has the seats lah to protect. Actually, it's good for him, the vote of no confidence. If he wins, it shows he's even stronger. It's proven that he's even stronger. So there's not a need for snap election. You understand? So tomorrow is a proof that whether Biden has the people behind him. That's it. Because initially they were thinking of doing a snap election, then only you know that they can win.
Right.
If tomorrow they win against a no vote of confidence, that means, and then they get to elect their one speaker. That means they win lah. They are the stronger party.
And how long before they'll be allowed to rule? How long would they be allowed to rule? Because it's you know how the new election happens every 5 years, you know, but because now they're the new government, right?
Yeah.
So they started this year. Last?
So tomorrow is Parliament sitting.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then that means if let's say they are okay to go, I mean they don't have to do snap elections. They'll continue with that government for 5 years, or macam mana? How does it work?
No, then
Constitution.
until the next election,
when is the next election?
Shit, I can't remember.
That's just it. Is it going to be based on after? Because now Pakatan Harapan was they did it for 2 years.
That's a good question. Whether it's based on February when they start over, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's going to be quite interesting to know. So we're going to find out all this. Hopefully by tomorrow our answers will be.
But that one is not important. I think when they can set the election. You see what I think in the constitution is they have to do an election every 5 years.
Okay.
Within 5 years, you know. So the last one 2018, that means they have to do another one 2022.
Evron Sai, which is my brother from another mother and father, says current government doing a good job so far because previous government fighting over who becomes PM. Yes.
Evron Sai is a very important man. The star, okay, Sabah star with Jeffrey Kittingan, right?
I'm not sure lah. Boy, I call him Boy, Boy G. Evron Sai is a family friend, and he's in Sabah. Boy, do you think that we should open our borders, Sabah, as in Sabahans, should open our borders to Chinese tourists? Please reply. Who else do we have here? Anyone else from? Okay, so going back to Haizanadila, worse than COVID-19, China and Kazakhstan disagree over new virus. What's your opinion? Is there something about a new virus that China and Kazakhstan are fighting about, Pops? This is from Instagram. I'm not quite familiar with that. I should read up about that. Thank you so much for your question. It makes me want to read up more about that. Jazz Winge says, why is the quality of this live so amazing? Junaina is watching from Sabah. Hi guys. Hello everyone. Again, we are here talking about the discussion on whether we should open up the borders because Melbourne just had its second lockdown. About 3,000, was it 30,000? 3,000 people have been
lockdown.
been on lockdown, and they can't even go out to buy food. It's crazy, you know, because of the second wave. So we're concerned about that. And according to the experts, it's because of the similarities between Melbourne and our countries on the diversity of its people, socio-economically too. That's why there's that concern about it coming back, the second wave. All right. Everyone, at the moment, it's wise to open borders to China. Oh, it is.
But
Everyone says it is wise.
is there a border? Is there somebody is boarding his house?
Yeah,
Kau ni
typo
spelling
lah.
putih pandai lah kau ni,
Typing error
boy.
lah.
Kau
But
ni.
what I do know is at the end of the month we will be celebrating Hari Raya Aidil Adha. So according to experts, we've got the biostatics experts, Dr. Malina. She says as long as everyone follows the SOP, Malaysia could avoid a spike in cases during the Hari Raya Aidil Adha and Merdeka Day holidays. Holiday makers, of course, you know, everyone is like happy, ceria selalu, and they tend to let their guards down, to slacken off to the adherence of the SOP. This is according to ENT specialist Dr. Kurjit Singh. So people should be allowed to go on holiday, but they must prioritize the SOP when they're done eating at restaurants or on crowded beaches, for instance. They should always put their face mask on. And sometimes I forget, you know, sometimes like when we go out, because we're makaning, right? So we remove makaning and eating. We're eating, I remove my face mask, put inside a little a bag so that it's it's clean and everything. And then I forget to put it until I see people like staring at me like,
Yeah.
And then I feel, oh no, something's
You
wrong.
see, can I just add that now you know this SOP because you just read it. Okay. Even we as Malaysians so do not know our full SOP as Malaysians in Malaysia. So we open our borders, we have Chinese tourists or whoever comes in.
Yep.
How are they going to know? So unless we can ensure that they know before coming and adhere to our SOP, that they are under our laws, you know. One of the problems is like some tourists when they come to Malaysia, they just like
aku tak kisah.
because they maybe in
face
their
not like
country like that simple. Like for example, some Singaporean
I was just gonna say that.
drivers they tend to drive fast here.
Yeah.
Because over there
They're not allowed to.
Yeah, they're not allowed to, and they think our rules are easier. No, it's not. So
not at
they that's why they'll kena kau on the highway.
Putri Amalina, hi Daphne, love from Terengganu. May our country is shielded and protected from any harm and pandemic. Pray for the word. Inshallah, Amen. How's Terengganu? I've not been there in ages. All right, again, just to remind you all that if you do balik kampung the end of the month, again, there is that social distancing, making sure that you're keeping your hygiene clean. And I think there's only a maximum of 20 people from different households under the same roof. So we still have to adhere to that, okay? So every other person on the beach and in their hometown could be a carrier. So we have to be wary about that lah. All right? Okay. That's right. Just follow the SOP. I know it's quite tedious at times, but we get used to it. We're so used to it. My son is the one who's 4 years old. He's the one who's reminding, okay, mask on. And sometimes I kesian lah pada boy kan. So like when I know that we're in a less crowded area, I say if you're feeling uncomfortable, you can just remove it for a while. And he said like he'll start crying. He'll feel like, no, I have to put it on because he knows how important it is. So if a 4-year-old can do it, I don't see why others can't. Okay, let's move on to my Norwex demo. We're gonna go on to cam 2 now. These cloths were gifted to me. For those of you who have been following my Instagram posts or stories, you would know how crazy I was during the MCO. At that time, not many people knew this, but I was heavily pregnant and I was in nesting mode. I didn't have a helper because my helper was stuck in a kampong, and I was just on a cleaning frenzy, and I was doing a lot of spring cleaning, and I became a little bit crazy during the MCO. And I think some people were saying, Daph, because they'll see me bleaching and washing my rags every single night using hot water kan, because I'll be like clean the whole house. So someone actually, bless her, gifted me these cloths, and they are apparently really, really good for cleaning and stuff. So I was like, okay, kain biasa, it's microfiber. You can see those in like any hardware store and everything, right? And but I gave it a go and found out a little bit more about it. It has this backlock technology that apparently is able to absorb and collect dust more efficiently than other microfiber cloths. So I said, okay, let's just give it a go and try it out for myself. So what was given to me, this is actually the body cloth, but it works almost the same as the Enviro cloth, which is now in the kitchen, but I'm not going to take that here because I don't want to use it on my desk. But I will be doing a little demo with these two cloths that I have to showcase just how amazing these products are. It was so good that I decided to go on the Norwex website and I ordered the mop, because that was another thing that was driving me crazy. I just don't like oily surfaces. And the good thing about these cloths is it is able to clean without using cleaning sprays, and you can just use water. So I'm going to do a little demo. First with the normal cloth, the Norwex cloth. This is actually a body cloth that I use on my self because si ilan ni kot muntah ba. Jadi saya macam cuci-cuci and then I'll just wipe it on myself kan. Right, so I'm going to use virgin coconut oil. I'm going to pour it a little bit here because that was the one thing that was killing me when I had to clean up every time Azmi Abdul Rahman did cooking. Dia typical Melayu kan, dia suka banyak-banyak tu minyak kan, and I'll just go crazy just wiping the surface. So all it takes is water. Ni air biasa saja. So you can just spray a bit. Okay? And just with water, tidak payah pakai tu cleaning multi cleansing purpose whatever cloth, and you just wipe it. Okay? And it's bersih. Tiada sudah minyak. There's no oily feeling. Of course, there's a sheen there because it's this is still the macam dia absorb lah bah. If this was like using the kitchen surface, like your stove and everything, then you would see it better lah. But for now, because I'm using my desk as an example, then you just have to percaya lah saya. Kau percaya lah saya, habis saya neat freak ba. I'm a bit of an OCD person. So yeah, it's just using no sabun whatsoever. I just use water only and it's gone. Alright, so I'm not sure if you can see this. You could probably see the camera. That's the camera that we're using for those of you who ask why is the quality of this live so wonderful. And I'm not sure if you notice it, but it is really, really dusty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this window cloth using the same technology, backlock technology, which is able to take away 99% of all these harmful germs and bacteria. Again, just using water. I'm just gonna lap. And I like this because my bathroom is the bathroom yang jenis banyak window punya glass window ba, and also mirror. So just using that, tiada sudah streaks and it's clean. So it was so good that I have a smaller version of this. See, my husband actually used it for his aquarium, and that particular cloth is just for the aquarium. Like no one else is allowed to touch it. So again, if you're interested to find out a little bit more about Norwex, dengan secara tidak malunya, please contact me. I am able to, now that I have joined as a member, I'm able to give friends and family a 15% discount. At the end of the day, I'm going to be very upfront with all of you. The reason why I'm encouraging people to buy it from me is so that I can get freebies. Gone are the days, baby, that your wife is asking for like handbags and shoes and all those superficial stuff. All I want is a really good vacuum, a really good mop, really good cloth just to keep my home clean free. And the reason why, my husband, I remember him getting a bit crazy with my craziness during the MC. He said, "Kenapa ba kau ni? Biarlah ba itu. Tidak juga kau mati ba kalau ada dust sikit tu." The reason why is because I'm prone to eczema. So if I have any dust, my sinus just acts up, and that drives me bonkers because then I can't sleep, and I'm prone to eczema. So that's why I always try and keep this house dust free. My next item on the list is I'm gonna get the dust mitt, as well as the dusting mitt, as well as one more I was saying, the vegetable cleaner. Now the vegetable cleaner is so amazing. Again, because it was such an impromptu live show that I wanted to do, it is able to, kau tahu macam instead of peeling the carrots and the potato, kau pakai satu kain kan, kau gusuk-gusuk saja tu apple, apa grape atau tu potato and the carrots, and then it just cleans out lah. They shiny macam tu, and then it removes, because at the end of the day, if you peel off the skin of the carrots or the potatoes, that's actually where most of the nutrients are. So you don't want to actually remove that, but you want to also make sure that it's clean, kan? So I'm gonna find out a little bit more about that vegetable cleaner cloth. When I get it, I'll do a demo again and let you all know about it again. But yes, again, if you're so interested and to find out a little bit more about this Norwex cloth, please get in touch with me. I'll be more than willing to assist you. Dan kita sama-sama ba dapat freebies untuk cloth, okay? Alright, Yon Andrew. Currently, the lifting of restrictions on interstate travel has indeed boosted domestic tourism and has helped the country accelerate the economic recovery phase, because tourism involves others such as hotels and other tourist accommodation, transport, restaurants, and tourist guides. Since last week, Ipoh was packed with local tourists, so it's a positive sign to open the international border. The industry has already been preparing for the reopening of the sector with various health and safety protocols and procedures already in place. This includes the disinfection of tour vehicles, sanitization of baggage, recording passengers' temperatures, as well as halving seating capacities for tour buses to ensure physical distancing. So this is another interesting point from Yon. So he feels that borders should be open. I know my girlfriends were in Ipoh the other day and they were having so much fun. Again, I was so jealous because I saw everyone like posting all these really lovely pictures of food pictures, and you know, just being happy, jolly. That's why I was dying to get out of home, and even if it was a staycation in KL pun syok lah, jadi pun jadilah, biarlah, you know. Alright, so interesting. So some people say it's not the time yet to open the borders. We've got Yon over here from Ipoh who says it is time, as long as we follow the SOPs that we have already implemented, and to just basically implement it, and everyone is on board getting that done. So clean my mirror now. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our unboxing. Wow, we started at 3 o'clock, now 3:46. So fast, the time flies. My daughters was just saying like, oh, Iman was saying, oh, next month is my birthday. It's going to be August already. And then Belle started counting when is her birthday, which is in November. And she said, my gosh, 2020 just flew just like that. And I say, yeah, 2020 is going just like 2020 didn't even exist. And it's such a nice number, right?
It's gone.
It's gone. Okay, let's do unboxing now. I actually started unboxing this. This is from Summer and Peach. I was looking at their, this is a nursing chamomile. Apa ko panggil to? Bukan chamomile, bagya. Apa? Camisole. Not camoto. So this is a breastfeeding friendly camisole that you can use. Mana dia punya hook ni? I know it is. I thought I saw it. But I was very curious to get it because they introduced me to their nursing bra, and their nursing bra is so seamless and so lawa, and it was ringan ba. It's like one of my favorite seamless bras are actually from Uniqlo because they're light, and then tidak macam, I used to love those underwire bras because I needed the push up, but nowadays orang tua-tua macam ni, macam no thanks, it's alright, I don't need to push up anything, even though my breast is very delondet, no thanks to breastfeeding, but I don't like it. It's very uncomfortable, so I prefer seamless lightweight bras, and Summer and Peach have those. And then I found out that they have these nurse friendly camisoles that I can use when I am going to sleep. Tapi mana dia punya? Interesting. Oh, because you just put it down maybe. These are the camisoles. And then they also send me underwear, which is here. And now everybody in the world will know my size of my bontot.
It's interesting what Lara said about Michelle.
Why? Oh, Lara, my niece. You're so mean, lah.
No, Lara said it, not me.
I know, but you'd have to highlight it like live, right? Anyway, this is underwear. So thank you so much, Summer and Peach, for the underwear. I'm a size L. I used to be an XS. Can you believe that? But did you know, and I'm going to say this to mothers out there, especially those who are recovering from pregnancy, about delivering their child, you have 5 months, that 5 months window, because we produce this hormone in our body called relaxin, where it allows our hips to widen or to move or to relax, because it's getting ready for the birth of vaginal birth of our babies, right? But even after birth, apparently we've got that 5 month window. So if you start wearing the bengkong, you've started wearing it right after delivery, you should continue using it for the next 5 months, so that it makes allows your body to return in its original form, inshallah, or at least, you know, get it all nice and packed and stuff. So I've got a post on that. I'll go into detail more into that, but yeah, so hopefully next time Summer and Peach, I don't have to buy size L anymore, and I can go back to my size M or my size S. But they're really comfortable, and I really highly recommend Summer and Peach. It is not a paid what do you call this, review. I've always been a big fan of them. They are also the same people who recommended me the organic cup, which is a menstrual cup where you can save the environment every time when you get your period. You just put the cup up your punani and it will collect the blood from there. No need to use pad all already, yeah? Okay, I've got an IGTV on that. You can find out a little bit more from there. Next, let's open this up.
Well, going back to what you said about
What, the punani?
that the S will come back to the same size. Some people are just full of shit, so it won't come back to the same size.
What some shit? What nonsense all? What shit all?
You said you hope that the ass will come back to the same size.
Not the ass. I mean like the hips lah, or like.
Yeah, but you're full of shit, you can come back.
Your shit is inside your digestive system. You just take probiotics and then you can just release everything there. Whatever. Okay, let's see what we have here. This is from Nicole. Oh, here's a little something for you to try. Hope you like it. It is the Mawa Rose. I think she's an agent for this. Apparently, it has helped her, because she's a young mother herself, to get ready. It's a serum. It's not a lip gloss. And she asked me to try it out. And I said, okay, I'll give it a try. Oh, there's a hand mirror. She gave me like a little hand mirror with a little pouch in it. It's a lip and cheek serum. Applied directly to lip or cheek, can be used before lipstick and blusher to get luminous pink lips and naturally pink cheeks.
Which lips?
These lips. Since I've got my clean mirror, thanks to my new Norwex window cloth that I've just cleaned using just water, let's see how this goes. It's a serum, so it's not as if, I mean, is it like what? So instead of like, you know how we have moisturizer with like a face serum, this is, oh, yeah, kan terus jadi macam pink. It's not a lipstick. I'm using a bit of blusher already. Nice lah.
Read my lips, babe. Read my lips.
Nice lah. Can you see it? This is Mawa Rose. I think she's an agent for it.
Mawa isn't a makeup artist?
No, another one. And it smells nice. It smells of a rose. Do you think it's too pink for me?
It's beautiful. You wear anything, you're so beautiful, babe.
Alah. This one can sell ice to an Eskimo. Such a lovely man. Mulut manis. Thank you so much, Nicole. It's quite nice. I'll just see how it goes after I makan later, okay? Alright. Next up, what do we have? Oh, man. Alright, this is from Kids Eye Care. And this was gifted to the kids because, you know, they are all having online classes. So here's a little gift for you to protect those precious eyes of yours while you spend some time learning, reading, or playing on the iPad and computer. Did you know that when you're on your devices, there are some harmful blue lights that causes eye strain and might affect your mood and sleep? So do remember to protect your eyes with these anti-blue light glasses. Stay happy, kiddos. Remember to give Mama and Papa some love. From Kids Eye Care. So I've actually seen Instagram posts about these. They apparently are to be used when the kids are, I guess this is for Iman and Isidore actually, on their devices. So it helps to, you know, lessen the UV, the Blu-ray. What the blue apa jada? Harmful blue lights that causes eye strain. So one is for Isidore. Thank you. It looks quite groovy actually. And one is for Iman.
Wow.
These are the sizes that they have.
How about for the papa? Let me see. Papa try.
Macam kecil.
Oh my god.
I don't
for
know if
Ilan-
the kids could fit it. Maybe Isidore, yes.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? But it's really nice. It's light. I'll give the guys, the kids a go.
This one at the
and let them
PS
try.
Boutique I seen before, I think. PS Boutique, you know?
What's PS Boutique?
Petaling Street Boutique.
Ya Allah, this is from Kids Eye Care. Well, we'll ask the kids to try it out. I don't know if it actually will help, but you know, I have read about that. You know, an article about how our devices can cause eye strain.
Yeah.
So no harm just trying it out. So I'll show this to them, pass it to them. Ooh, there's this Norwex cloth that also cleans, you know, like your specs and everything. That'll be good for like our camera lens and everything. I'll get you, okay?
No.
I'll get you a freebie on that.
Don't touch my lens, okay? Don't.
You went to touch my window
Don't
cloth
touch
for
my
your
lens.
fish.
The fish, nothing, man. It's cheaper cloth. I only wear
The fish is alive. They need
I
love.
only wear proper lens cleaner, yeah.
Yeah, but Norwex is good. You try first.
I
Nanti I
think
get
so.
it for you, okay?
I don't think so.
Alright, so this is a gift from another friend of mine. Oh, Christy Ng. Dear Daphne, hope you will love this limited edition Quarantina grocery bag with your name embroidered by our skilled artisans. Take care and stay safe. From Christy Ng team. There you go. Because we should save the environment, and you should save the environment with style. This is like a quarantine bag. It's a Quarantina grocery bag.
What?
Yalla. Thanks, Christy and the team.
Quarantine bag.
I like personalized stuff like this. I think it's very thoughtful of her and the team to do this. Everyone's getting now personalized. You know, these handbags, you can put your own name on it.
Very cheap. Just buy a Sharpie and write.
If I had good handwriting, then I don't mind lah.
What's that?
But-
Dia Jude and Penny.
I know. Dia ada cakap salah awal-awal tu hari.
Bodoh lah dia ni. Who's that?
Alright.
Who's that from?
Kids Claire. Kids Eye Claire.
Duh.
Last but
Kalau
not
Hey
least,
Jude
we've got
daripada
a-
Paul McCartney, okay juga.
And I got Penny Lane. Penny Lane.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why their kids were named that. Hey
I
Jude
see.
and Penny.
Oh wow.
Dear Daphne, the death of the mother's love, blah blah blah. Signature by Drypers. This is a sample of Drypers Skin Nature. Skin Nature, I guess that's what it's called. Skin Nature by Drypers. It is their newest. What do you call it? I think it's a new diapers
Wow.
from Drypers. It's a premium diaper that offers the gentlest care and softness for delicate skin, because we understand the effort it takes to ensure your baby's skin is given the finest in comfort and health. Elon just went for his circumcision 2 days ago,
His
right?
head is cock cut.
He didn't get his cock cut. It was snipped. His
Wow.
foreskin was snipped. And yeah, so he's feeling a little bit grumpy, a little bit uncomfortable. So this is a little gift from Drypers. We've got this soft toy. It's very soft and nice. We can put this, the kids. And we have a few samples of their diapers. 2 pieces in each. And we've got baby wipes. And more information with regards to it. And we have a discount of 10 ringgit. So we can shop from Shopee with this promo code if I am keen on buying this over Lazada or from Shopee. Awesome. Let's check out how soft is soft. I'm very particular with their diapers actually. I try my best.
Yes, you are my soft girl.
I try my best if I'm gonna go with disposable diapers. Make sure. Try to kiss me here. How does it taste? The serum.
I think I'm getting a bit
Hey.
horny.
Okay. Ni live tau. Kau ni bodoh. Oh, very nice and soft. This is a size S for Elon. I was gonna say Isidore. So we'll give it a go and we'll try it out and see if he likes it. Or rather, if Mama likes it, because if there's no leaks, then we're all good. You know how newborns, all they do is just drink,
And
poop,
shit.
drink, and poop. He's got a bit of a colic, so I'm a little bit concerned. Well, that's all for now, folks. That basically wraps up our unboxing session as well as my demo on the Norwex. If you have any questions or if you have any feedback with regards to our show, or if you have any interesting people who Julan actually said, kenapa dia tulis Jude and Penny tu? Ya, salah bah. Tapi dia awal-awal sudah kasih tahu saya yang dia tersilap because someone else got the wrong. It was a mistake from them and they told me that in advance. Yes, but again, if there is any suggestions or any guests who you think would be able to bring light to this show and who has an interesting story to share, please do give your feedback and post them on our comments below. Till then, I'm Daphne I King and it's been a pleasure being alive with you from home. Take care everyone and have a blessed week.
We gave you 100, but it wasn't enough, was it? Turns out there's a whole lot more iconic quotes.
Weirdo.
Pay me a compliment, Melvin. I need one.
You just made my day.
You make every day feel like kindergarten.
I've never wanted.
You're the best name. You're the best name I ever.
My God.
She's a babe.
Thanks, bro.
She's a babe.
Thanks, bro.
I like the way you sing.
I love you even when you're sick.
You've got talent. You've got talent. She's a babe.